host Chris Gordon here, and today I'm going to talk to you about harmonizing a major scale and using major sevenths, minor sevenths, dominant seventh arpeggios to do it. We're going to use the key of C today, and the arpeggios that we're going to be using are going to be built off of the fifth string. So there'll be no sixth string involved in here, so this is what I call string grouping 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the patterns I'm deriving are from the C major scale. So I'm going to show you the C major scale linearly up the A string: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Okay, so that's my do re mi scale. Every single note from that scale is going to have an arpeggio attached to it, and those arpeggios are either going to be major seventh, they're going to be minor seventh, dominant seventh, or minor 7 flat 5. Okay, so those are the four shapes that we're going to be using. And when I talk about shapes, I really usually put everything into what I call string ratios. So this arpeggio shape, all of these arpeggio shapes are going to follow one basic idea, and that is the string ratio will be 2 notes on the A string, 1 note on the D string, 2 notes on the G string, 1 note on the B, and then 3 notes on the high E. So our string ratio is 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. Every arpeggio will have that string ratio. So the good thing about that is that you only memorize a single contour, and everything kind of just plugs in. Okay, the shapes will slightly change depending on where we are in the scale, because when you're harmonizing, in this case a major scale, and in this case C major scale, we're confining ourselves only to using the notes that are in the scale. Okay, so it's going to immediately, give us the arpeggios that we need that are all related to that scale. So starting on C, C is my root. To build an arpeggio, I'm going to take the root of the scale, which was 1. I'm going to take the third, the fifth, and the seventh. So basically what I've done is I've taken the scale, and you can do this on a piece of paper, write out C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then write C again, and then play leapfrog with it. C is 1, skip right to 3 for the third, and then skip right to the fifth, and right to the seventh. So we're basically doing that, just playing leapfrog with the scale to get the notes that we need. So here we have C, E, G, and B. 1, 3, 5, 7. That's 1 octave. I'm going to continue, and I'm going to make these 2 octaves. So here's my C again, my E, my G, and my B. And then I'm going to throw a C on top. And I do that for rhythmic purposes, because I want to keep this kind of in an even 4/4 thing. I like being able to tap my foot too. Right, so there we have the first arpeggio in the scale, C major 7. So now we move up to the second degree of the scale, which is D, and we're going to build an arpeggio from there. Keep in mind, we can only use the notes that are in C major. So I'm starting on D. Now we've taken that same scale you've written out, but now you're starting on D. Play leapfrog again. And by doing that, the next note you'll land on is F. Leap from there, another leapfrog move there. The next note will be A, and then the next note will be C. D, F, A, C. By itself, that's a minor sounding. So there are minor chords and arpeggios that live within a major scale. I know a lot of people who have studied theory know this, but I'm just trying to keep it all there. So I have 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. D, F, A, C. Same thing in the next octave. Throw that D on top. So notice I'm keeping that same string ratio. 2 notes, 1, 2, 1, 3. Now we move up to the third note, which is E. I'm going to do the same thing where we're skipping over every other note. I get E, G, B, and D, which yields me another minor 7th arpeggio. Pretty cool because it's the same shape as the one we just had. Moving on to the 4th, I land on F, and that is, again, playing the leapfrog game. F, A, C, E. That's a major 7. Moving on to G, I'm going to play that leapfrog game again. G, B, D, F. That's a flat 7 with a major 3rd. That's a dominant sound. I really like that sound. Moving on to number 6, we land on A. Now we moved up that scale. A, skip every other note. We have A, C, E, and G. And moving up to the 7th degree, we have B, D, F, and A. We haven't seen or heard the likes of this one yet. This is the minor 7 with a flat 5. And then back to major 7 an octave higher. Alright, so that is the major scale harmonized, and what I suggest you do is you do it to all 12 keys. And just get really familiar with how they interact, because they can be superimposed over different chord progressions, which I'd be happy to talk about. I do have tabs for this, if anyone's interested. And anyway, I know I just kind of glazed over some of the theory of that, but I do offer Skype lessons if anyone's interested in getting into deeper theory and all of that kind of stuff, and how to apply it to the electric guitar. Alright, so hope you got something out of that, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.